Just checked into my new high-rise apartment today. So I thought I'd do a video here. It's one of the nicer ones that I've seen in this location. Everything I need to relax and make some videos. Got lots of good videos on the way. It's a shame Nala isn't here to enjoy this, but I'm hoping she will be here soon. And then she will be back on my live videos. The start of the show, Nala. Some incredible views here though. You can see everything. 3 balconies, so you can see all the way around. Got this canal here. It's really nice. But onto the topic of this video, because this is not so nice. I'm just going to take off my glasses so you can see my eyes. Let's sit down and talk about this, because it's something I haven't really discussed in detail, but I think it's something that is very important, because I know a lot of you notice it. You notice that you're being treated very different to everyone else. And this is something that all narcissists do. And it's very strange. It's very weird. Because of course, normally, when you're in a relationship or when you're romantically involved with someone, that person is meant to treat you as being more important than anyone. They're meant to put you first. You're supposed to be number one in their life. You're meant to be the priority where they consider your needs and your feelings, because they're meant to be committed to you. They're meant to be in a relationship with you. So you should feel close and able to express yourself emotionally. And they should be able to receive that because they feel love for you and they're attracted to you, as they should be if they are committed, if they are in a relationship with you. That's normally how it works from my experience, because of course I haven't just been involved with narcissists, I have had normal relationships with normal people as well. So I know how it goes down. I know what we should expect. I know how it's supposed to be, because of course I have experienced love and romance myself. So I do understand the difference. And I know that this does not happen with narcissists. Because if you are the closest person to them, they will treat you the worst. And you're going to feel like you're doing something wrong by loving them. As strange as that sounds, it's as though you loving them is the problem. And they are punishing you for doing that. Like you're doing something wrong. But I'm going to say now, it's not you. There is nothing wrong with loving someone. That is a good thing. That's what you should be doing. The problem is their disorder, their personality. It's very different to ours. And the reason why, to keep it simple enough, the reason why you get treated the worst and you look around and it's like they treat everyone better than you, the reason for that, it's because you're seeing the real version of them. You're seeing who they really are. And everyone else is getting the fake version. And I know it hurts you. I know it frustrates you. I know that. I do. Because you're so confused. You don't know what you've done wrong. And yet this person that you love and want to be with, they're treating you like you're completely worthless. Like you're worth less than everyone else. And you have to look around at how they treat other people. And just seeing them treat other people better than you. And you want to have that same treatment. The same treatment that you're giving to them. Because then it's fair. There's an equal exchange. But no, what they do is they broadcast it. They put on a show because they want to show you that they can treat other people right and well if they want to. They're just not going to do that with you. But what's actually happening is when they're involved with other people, they're wearing a mask. They're acting normally. The key word is acting, because they are excellent actors. And that is what confuses you. It makes you wonder, why can't they treat you like that? Because when they're around you, they'll pull that mask right off and act a fool with you. And you're scratching your head thinking, but you can act fine with them. Why can't you do that with me? Because they will take things out on you and just leaves you confused and you're wondering why. But that is just how it is when you're dealing with a narcissist. That's what you should expect. You shouldn't expect any more than that. You will get punished for loving them. And why? Because they feel most comfortable around you. You accept them. You accept everything they're doing, so you get the real version of them. You get treated the worst. And not only that, but they have to keep you under control. So they can't let you see too much, because if they do, then that puts them at risk because you know the real them, so you have the ability to expose them. You could go and show everyone what they're really like. And one of their greatest fears, along with rejection and abandonment, is being exposed. So they can't let you see too much. They've got to keep things hidden from you. They've got to keep you at a distance, keep you at arm's length. Because they're very paranoid and hypervigilant. They're very distrustful. They're afraid that you might expose them for who they really are. When you are involved with a narcissist and it's an intimate relationship, yes, you will get treated the worst. And it will irritate you. It will frustrate you. Because you know, you've seen them with other people. You've seen that they have the potential to treat people good. And not only that, but you look back and you remember in the beginning, when you first met them, they treated you well then. And in fact, they treated you better than anyone when they first met you. They put you first, you were their priority. They went all out for you. They did everything they could to make you happy. But that's only because they were love bombing you. They were idealizing you. In that moment, you were perfect. You were everything they had been waiting for. So you were the center of their world. And that's why they wanted to be there for you then. But of course, it's short-lived. It only lasts for a short period of time. Because then they think, I've got you trapped. I've got you under my spell. You're not going anywhere. So then you lose value in their eyes. You're not valuable anymore. Because they're looking at it like, if you're so great, if you're so special, then what are you doing with me? Because they don't think like us. Like I would think, if someone is with me, then that means they must be pretty great, because I know the work that I've put in over the years to become the man that I am today. So that's how I think. But with narcissists, they look at it like, if you're so great, then what are you doing with me? Because they know that they're fake. They know that they're full of shit. They know that they're not about anything for real. So they're looking at it like, if you're so valuable and special, what are you doing with them? That's how they look at it. So the more time you spend with them, the more value you lose in their eyes. Because they think if you're so valuable, then you wouldn't want to spend any time with them anyway. That's how they look at it. Especially if you've got children together, or if you've made some kind of plan in the future and they know you're not going anywhere, then they're really going to start to feel comfortable around you. And you'll start to notice they don't make an effort anymore. Maybe with the guys, they won't spend as much time with you. They won't go to the gym. They don't care too much about taking care of themselves. And with the women, she might stop doing her hair around you. She might stop wearing makeup, because they become comfortable. They don't feel any need to make an effort because they just don't value you anymore because you're always there. And they look at it like, if you're so valuable and special, then why are you spending so much time around me? That's how they think. Because they don't value themselves. If they did, then they wouldn't think like that. They would think the opposite. So now, they think they can treat you however they want. Because in their minds, they've got power over you. You're under their control. So they think they don't have to do anything to keep you around. While with everyone else, they put everyone else on this pedestal. Everyone else is so special. They respect and admire all these other people, especially people who aren't a part of their lives. They will treat those people as though they're more important than you, even though you're the one who's always there for them. Because they've already got you. You're not going anywhere. So there's no incentive for them to treat you any better. And that is what frustrates you. Because you've seen how they treat other people, so you know they have the potential to treat you good. But you just got to accept that this is how they operate. This is the disorder. And they will abuse you, of course, in private, because then they still have their false image. They've still got this outward appearance that they show to everyone else. Because when they're around other people, they're so kind and polite. And then it makes it look like something is wrong with you, as though you must be the problem. Because you're going and you're complaining about them, but no one else can see what they're doing wrong. And that makes it very easy for them to get attention and admiration from other people, which means that they don't need to be involved to do as much. I mean, why would they? When you're the one who knows what they're really like. So that's not much fuel for them. They don't feel so special around you because you know it's all fake. But other people don't know that. They buy into the false image. So when other people admire them and give them compliments, it means so much more. It doesn't mean much when you compliment them because they know that you know what they're really about. They know you're not under their spell because you've seen who they really are underneath the mask. And you know, they're going around and they're talking behind your back. You may not even know about it. But they've lined up all their flying monkeys. They're smearing your name because they want to make you look crazy if you try to tell anyone about what is going on. Because everyone else, they see this false image that they're portraying to the world. They see this good side of them. But it's fake. And yeah, they're really pulling the strings. They're controlling everyone. They're controlling everyone's perception of them. But the question is, why? Why do they want to do this to you? Why do they have to treat you so bad? Why can't they just give you the good side of them, even though it may be fake? Well, the reason why is they actually enjoy treating you like garbage. It's all their ego. It makes them feel like they're better than you. It makes them feel important. It makes them feel better about themselves. And that's why when you are dealing with a narcissist, you will go from gold to garbage overnight. And the only reason why is because you're human, because you question things, because you realize that something is not right. And one person could never make them happy. They're adrenaline junkies. They need constant amusement and entertainment because they get bored very easily. So it isn't long until they're looking for the next shiny new toy, because they always think that the grass is greener on the other side. They think, yeah, I may have found you, and you may be pretty good. You may be there for me when I need you. You may be kind, helpful. But that means there could be someone better than you out there. So what do? They put you on the shelf. They forget about you. And then they want to go and play with their new toys. That is why you will find that the more that time goes by, you just argue more and more. And they're actually looking for excuses to take a break, to leave you, or to go silent. They're looking for excuses for them to do that. And the reason why is because most likely they're already involved with someone else. They're already working on their new target. And you'll know when that is happening because they're so hot and cold. It's like they love you one minute and then they hate you the next. Sometimes they want to talk to you and sometimes they don't. And you know that when they don't want to talk to you, it's because they're talking to someone else. And you may not even suspect it. You may think, no, not my narcissist. Mine does a lot of things that narcissists do. But that's the one thing they won't do. They wouldn't cheat on me. They wouldn't go and talk to other people. And that's why you don't even suspect it. Because most often that's exactly what they're doing. They are talking to someone else. And that's why they're not giving you as much attention as they were before. They have to be doing something with their time. And if they're not giving their time to you, they're giving their time to someone else. And that's why it gets to a point where the communication just gets less and less than ever before. And even when you are talking to them, you're just fighting. Because they're already planning to move on with someone new. And this person is about to take your place. But don't worry too much about that, because it's not like they're going to ride off into the sunset and it's going to be this big fairy tale and they have this happy ending. Never works out like that, because they will get bored of them just like they got bored of you. And then they're going to be looking for someone else, and they may even try to come back to you. But you got to look at it like Do you really want to accept them back? You don't know where they've been. Even if they were just gone for a few days, you don't know where they were. They could have been with anyone. Are you really willing to accept that? They've been given their time, their attention, their emotions to someone else, and now they want to come back to you. And even if they do come back and you accept them, nothing's going to change. You're going to get the same treatment again, because there's no incentive for them to act right. Why would they need to do that? They can treat you like garbage because they're still going to get positive attention from other people. So they don't even need you, because they're only showing that real side of themselves to you. No one else is seeing that. And that's how it's so easy for them to cut you off. That's how it's so easy for them to go silent with you. Because the entire time they've just been showing you who they really are. And of course you're not going to respond well to that. So they already know they're not going to get a good response from you. But they can take that false character and show it to other people and get a positive response. So it makes more sense for them to do that. But anyone who gets too close to them, eventually they're going to see that real side of them. They're going to see what they're really like, just as you did. So this is it. This is why they treat the person closest to them the worst. And what do you do about it? Maybe you don't want to be treated like garbage every day. Maybe you recognize that you deserve better treatment because of everything that you put out for them. You treated them well. And of course, I'm a believer in that. If you respect other people, you deserve respect back in return. If you give love, you should receive love. It sounds fair to me. So what do you do when you're giving them your love and respect, but you're not getting it back in return? What do you do about it? This is what you do. And this is really the only thing that you can do. The only thing that you can do is go no contact. Stop talking to them. Because I can promise you, the more you talk to them, the more that you involve them in your life, it's only going to get worse. And if you want proof of that, just look back at how things have been. You've been talking to them, you've been spending all of this time with them. Have things got better or worse? You should notice a pattern. The more of your time that you give to them, the worse they treat you. So you need to distance yourself. You need to cut them off. And focus your time and attention on yourself, on your own life, on becoming the best version of yourself. And yeah, you really just need to go no contact. If you want to get that good version of them again, you have to be distant for a certain amount of time. I would advise at least 2 to 3 months. No contact for at least 2 to 3 months. And then they can come back. And then there's a good chance that you will get that more positive side of them. But it's like the Matrix, because you know it's fake. You know it isn't real. So once you have the awareness of that, can you really enjoy it? You have to lie to yourself. You have to live in this shared fantasy, because you know they're not really about that. You know they don't really have those emotions and feelings. It's not a real connection. It's not what you're really craving, what you really want. And yeah, you deserve better. You shouldn't have to settle for that. You should wait for the real thing. But if that's what you're going to do, if you really want to get them back, you want that positive side of them, even though it's fake, just go no contact for 2 to 3 months. You will get that back. But even then, it's not going to last for long. You might get it back for a few days, maybe 1 week. And then you're going to see that real side of them again. They're going to treat you like dirt. So it's not really worth it. I mean, what is the point? Going no contact, but then at the same time, you're holding on, just waiting for them to come back. I mean, if you're going to do that, you should be seeing someone else during that time, instead of just waiting for them. And when you do that, you focus on your healing, you date other people. You might just find out that you never needed them anyway, because you might find someone who can give you that for real. Someone who can give you that connection. Someone who makes you feel loved. Someone who makes you feel special. Because that's really what you want. I mean, that's what anyone wants when they're in a relationship. You don't want to feel like you're unimportant. I mean, if that's how you feel when you're with someone, then you probably shouldn't be with them. And they should probably be alone. I mean, that would be great if we could just put all of these types of people on some planet on their own somewhere, and they can go and play all of these games with each other. And then us real people, we can develop real connections, real intimacy. I think that would be a lot better. But unfortunately, I don't think that's possible. So we do need to maneuver our way around these narcissists. But yeah, you know, that's why they treat the person closest to them the worst. And if you do want better treatment, like they give to everyone else, there's really only one way, and that is to cut them off. There's no other possible way to get that. You have to go no contact for at least 2 to 3 months. And in that time, yeah, you may want to date other people, but I would advise focusing your attention on becoming the best version of yourself. You should be focusing on healing from what you went through, and going to the gym, exercise, make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, talk to a therapist or book a session with me, and focus on things that you're passionate about. Not just your work, or maybe you have a business, but what is it that drives you? What is it that you really care about in life? And go and focus on that. Because when you do that, you will forget all about them. They won't be on your mind anymore. And yeah, that's what you really need to do. Because I know a lot of you are constantly looking at your phone, waiting for a response, waiting for a phone call. And you know what? While you're doing that, while you're sitting at home late at night, staring at your phone, waiting for that text, waiting for that call, you know what they're doing? They're out somewhere, maybe walking on a beach, having a nice meal at a restaurant with someone else. And you don't even know it. And yet, what are you doing? You're just sitting at home waiting for them to respond. That's why you need to take this attention that you're giving to them and put it on yourself and your own life. Because that's the only way that things will get better. As I've said before, you need to invest in yourself. It's like the stock market. What are you investing in? Because if you're investing in a bad investment, you're not going to get a good return. If you're investing your money in something that has no value, you're just going to lose it all. But you do have value. That's why you need to invest in yourself, because then you will get a good return. And then eventually maybe you'll meet someone who is more like-minded. They're more on the same page as you, a high-value person. And of course, when you invest your time and attention into a high-value person, you will get a return. It will benefit you in the long run. But it's not going to do that with a narcissist. You can invest as much of your time and attention as you want. It's not going to make a difference. You're not going to get anything back. You're going to lose it all. Because they are low-value people. You've got to understand there are different classes of people in this world. And many of you who are watching this, the reason why you got involved with a narcissist, it's because you are a high-value person and you need to recognize it. They don't want to be around just anyone. They target the best of the best. And you're giving all of this value to someone who is not of the same class, someone who is low value. And let me tell you, someone of low value cannot recognize something valuable and important. They can't recognize that. You got to think, what do you think would happen if I gave my $4,000 Alienware laptop to a 2-year-old child, a toddler? What do you think would happen if I left that in the room for a few minutes and then I came back? Do you think it'd still be in one piece? Or would they rip it apart? It's the same thing with these narcissists. If you put something valuable in their hands, they will destroy it because they don't recognize its value. Because they don't have anything of value, so they don't know how to treat it. They don't understand that it requires proper care and attention. It's just like if you have a nice car. If you have a Bentley or Rolls Royce, you're not going to take that car to just any car wash. If you really worked hard for it, you bought it with your earnings, and you recognize its value, you're not just going to take it to any car wash. Because you understand that it needs the proper maintenance, the proper care. But these narcissists do not understand that. They can't even recognize your value. They can't even see it a lot of the time. They may see it in the beginning, but as I said before, once you're around them, they're thinking, if you're so great, then why are you around me? If you're so special. That's how they think. The longer you spend with them, the more that it becomes normal to them. And that's the same thing with anything when it comes to narcissists. They can't find consistent happiness in anything. They might buy a new car or a new house, but after a week they get bored of it, they stop taking care of it. And it's the same thing with people because they see us as objects. They don't know how to take care of anything. So what makes you think they're going to know how to take care of you? They're just going to ruin you, destroy you. They're going to break you down. You're going to lose your mind. They'll drive you insane. So stop wasting your time. Invest that time into yourself because you are the one with the value. Yes, they try to trick you into thinking that they were the same, but they are not. It's just an illusion. And that is why most of the experiences you have with them are not anything positive, not anything uplifting. So yeah, just invest that time into yourself. Then you will get a return. And don't expect someone who can't even understand your value, don't expect them to treat you right. They need to be able to recognize the value that you provide. They need to be on the same page, otherwise it's not going to go anywhere good. It's like if you've got a rowing boat and you've got two people on the boat, they're rowing in opposite directions, it's not going to go anywhere. There's got to be some understanding and cooperation. You've got to be going in the same direction. If you're going in opposite directions, it's not going to work. something to keep in mind. Let's see what we got here in the live chat. I have been reading some of these comments, but let's read some of them out. A. Rani says, narcissists don't cherish anything, they destroy. Impress L. Class says, ex-narcissist deliberately damaged my brand new truck 3 times because he was raging. Spoiled adults out of control. Yep. So that's it. You know, that's why they treat the closest person to them the worst, because over time you lose value. The more time that you spend with them, you lose value in their eyes anyway. You don't actually lose any value unless they've broken you down, then you do. But other than that, it's just because they get bored very easily. They need constant entertainment. And, you know, these types of people, they're always on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. They're always scrolling through their feed, looking at what everyone else has got, what everyone else is doing. They're so distracted, they always feel like they're missing out on something. They always feel like there's something better than you, because they're always looking for the bigger, better deal, the next shiny new toy. And, you know, you can't compete with someone who has a mindset like that. Someone who's always looking for something greater, something more. And most often when they go and find that, it doesn't turn out to be anything like they thought it would be anyway. Because a lot of times it's all in their heads. It's just this fantasy that they're trying to bring into reality. But it never works out like that. What they should be looking for is something real. But then what would be the point in that? Because they're not real. But that's what they do. They're always looking for the next shiny new toy. Because they get bored very easily, so they can't sustain anything. But yeah, you just need to take that time that you're wasting on them and just put it back in yourself. Become the best version of yourself. Just like me, I'm traveling every day, putting out these videos, helping millions of people around the world. That's what it's all about, providing value to people. And you all provide value to me too. Every day I read your comments, and I really appreciate the support. Couldn't have made it this far without you. We really have an amazing community, and I am so thankful for all of you. Let's see how many we got in here. 84 live viewers. But we've only got 39 thumbs ups. Please hit that thumbs up button down below if you found this video helpful. I do appreciate your support. and share your thoughts down in the comments. As I said, I read your comments every day. Let's just take one more look at this view. It is raining. It's a pretty awesome view out here. I'm sure it'll be even better later if the sun comes out. Got the canal going all the way down there. You can see everything. I only wish that Nala was here to enjoy it. I know she'd be sitting out here on the balcony. Well, if it wasn't raining anyway. Okay, I'm gonna head out now. Thank you all for watching. And as always, I will talk to you in another one very soon.